For Kelsey McIntyre, style comes naturally and started early.
I have been sewing Barbie clothes since I was 3. I remember very distinctly my mom helped me make my very first Barbie apron when I was 3, and I've been hooked ever since.
21 years later, Kelsey has ditched the dolls for living models with her line Serendipity. Where do you get your inspiration from for each different collection?
Oh, a lot of stuff just around me. I'm inspired by just things girly. A lot of the stuff that I make is stuff that I'd want to wear myself. And, I love history, so I'm always inspired by history as well.
A lot of it is very retro inspired as well.
Just kind of a vintage vibe. I like vintage, so it's all going to have a bit of a vintage feel, but not necessarily be from one distinct decade.
What kind of decades do you draw from then?
My favorites are kind of the 30s and the 50s, so a bit of that old Hollywood glamour.
And so we saw a bit of the 20s in the spring collection, and what's coming up for fall?
Fall is inspired by My Fair Lady with Audrey Hepburn. So again, a little bit of that vintage Hollywood glamour from a bit of the 50s, a bit of the 60s as well. There's a lot of kind of linear geometric shapes as well.
And lots of big bows too.
This fall, yes, I love bows. I have to admit I'm a bit of a bow girl, so yeah, and I'm the designer. I get to put them on things.
A lot of your stuff has a very simple design, but also a lot of detailing to it as well.
Yeah, it depends on the piece, on what I'm inspired by. I love to do hand beading. I love that small detailing, but I also like just playing with the fabric and using it in pleating or in ruffles or cutting it out into shapes and sewing it together to make different things. And just having fun experimenting, that's what design's all about.
That experimenting has earned her a spot on the catwalk for the last 3 seasons of Edmonton Fashion Week. She'll be showing her fall-winter collection this September. What is that like doing Edmonton Fashion Week?
It's crazy. It's really fun, but it's really intense of getting everything ready for the show, lining up hair, lining up makeup, lining up models, organizing shoes, making sure all the clothes are actually sewn for the collection for the show. But, it's honestly, once you kind of send those clothes out onto the runway, it's like saying goodbye to your babies and hoping that the world likes your babies as much as you did.
So it's not just casual clothes that you design as well, you do a lot of evening wear.
Evening and kind of bridal was more my passion. I'd never actually thought of doing a ready-to-wear line that was sold in stores. When I first started out, I've always had, wanted to make the beautiful wedding dress that everybody dreams about. And in Edmonton, it's a little bit harder to get that market. So I was making clothes for friends and they kept telling me, why don't you put a line together? And so I did, and it was serendipitous, so it's called Serendipity.
And as for the future with a line called Serendipity, it's only natural Kelsey would believe everything is predestined. Where do you see yourself going with this?
I'm not sure. That's a good question. I'd like to be the best at what I do. That's kind of my goal, is to always be being constantly getting better at what I do. And if it means I eventually one day be an international designer, great. If it means I just stay here in Edmonton, then that's fine with me too.